Okay, I just want to say first of all, thank you, God. You know, I still wonder how people can do this, where they create these whole things, manipulate things around, and then just like play this game, like, oh, we changed that, we did this. It's so clowny. First of all, let me just start with the beginning. I'm a target individual. I'm a test subject where they're using this technology, super sophisticated technology, where we are manipulated using very sophisticated DoD technology. And then we have perps talking to you via V2K. What I gotta say about these perps and what is amazing about them is how they make themselves act certain ways after they made you experience something, but because they want you to identify with these manipulations and this persona they've created, they have to stay in character. For example, when I'm gonna bring this up right now, I woke up from this weird dream, which they manipulate. You hear that dream manipulation is done consistently. A lot of times, what they do in my dreams is they create some kind of weird manipulation that consists of stimulations. So I wake up from this weird dream where it was some kind of like dream that somehow they created some kind of sexual stimulation of some sort. So I wake up from that, and then they start creating these false reactions of like being anxious. I'm like, well, I'm not anxious. You made me have this dream. You made me have this stimulation. You know that I don't identify with any of these manipulations. No matter how you act, no matter what you tell me, I'm going to experience. You have these perps whose life right now is acting while manipulating the brain. And then try to sell these manipulations to get you to accept this manipulation and to identify to what you're being manipulated to experience. Some of them are grown men who just start, nah, we cheese. Listen, let me just get to that point. Then when I wake up, I get a bunch of like imaginations of sexual nature with women. And what it does is just crank up my libido. And I can feel them doing that. I know when they do that usually is because they're going to shift it in something where there's children. Because they are rewiring my thought process in these pedophilia ways. So they can start making me have a sexual reaction, and then there's going to be some children at one point or another. So I try to stop that. So as I'm trying to stop that, I can feel the stimulation just slowing down. But after cranking up my stimulation, the first picture I see, there is a child in it. Is a picture I've seen before, because it's a picture of. Before I get to that point, let me see. So before I get to that point, it's this picture. It's the old show in I think it was the early '90s or whatnot with the twins, the little kids, the little toddlers. Now, of course, I've watched this show many times, and then didn't get any of the stimulation, but because they are in my brain, they start forcing me to get stimulation toward this kid, which is the actress with the twins. You remember I forgot the '90s show, and they try to still, they want me to identify with this manipulation, right? But that doesn't look good because this is a show that I've watched many times and I never had this experience. So what happened? So they kind of turn it off because it's not looking good. They're supposed to make me accept this manipulation, saying that what we did, we mapped it to you as a kid. When you were a kid, this is the reaction you will have. And the reality is the reaction they make me have today, and then they implant that in my childhood. And this is the twins, when they were little girls, within that very popular shows in the 90s or so. And so that is an indication that obviously my brain is being rewired, manipulated for me to experience that, because I never experienced that before. So all of a sudden, why would I experience this? And the reason is simple, is because they're in my brain making me experience this nasty reaction toward children, little babies, especially toddlers. And then I'm like, okay, what they start doing is just minimizing it a little bit, minimizing what they create. Because they are truly trying to make you accept these manipulations. But what happened why would I not experience that when I was watching the show? Then there's this ad, of course, everything I see is what they post there. There's some ad for children with this black little girl. Hold on. As I'm saying that they're doing things to my mouth to dry up in order to make me accept this thing. And you see this little kid, this baby. They even try to create hips in this baby. It's probably her shorts or whatever. Then try to give me stimulations, and I'm like, no, black little girls, it's you, we map, they remember. And then just start talking about me as a kid. And right, the reason why this trash say you cheese it, they talk about my stomach or whatever they're doing to me. Because before that, some guys say, oh, just jack off. You understand? They were the one creating this sexual stimulation, this libido. And then they said, just jack off, because then they want me to think about me as a kid. When it's obvious that they were forcing me to get sexual stimulation throughout before seeing this picture, because they knew this was going to come up. And they even messed up a little bit by making me have sexual stimulation toward this show. And when I mean messed up, I mean that it obviously shows that I'm being manipulated, because I've seen this show with these little kids as toddlers, the twins, I forgot, Kate and whatever, when they were both little kids, and I get none of this reaction. So it's obvious that my brain is obviously being manipulated, that today what's happening to me is my brain is being manipulated to experience these things. It's proof that obviously if I did not get stimulation while I was watching the show, why today am I getting this reaction? It's simple. It's because these people in my brain forcing me to get nasty reaction toward children. And then be like, now we mapped it. Trash ass. And then this black little girl is like, no, but remember what you did as a kid. It's like, no, what I did as a kid was a kid just doing an impulsive thing of a child. But at the same time, look at what I just experienced before. This show I used to watch all the time. Of course, I can find another show where this little girl's like that all the time, and I never had this reaction. But today, I understand that this manipulation is going to make me experience sexual stimulations toward kids. And then you have this trash that they themselves saw how they themselves partake in the manipulations. And then try to be like, nah, we changed that trash us to make me accept these manipulations that they themselves manipulate me to experience. And you hear this trash jack off. And the reason why he's saying that is because he started making me have this reaction. Well, this thing started making me experience this reaction. And then he want me to accept this manipulation. And when he said jack off, he's talking about me, what I did when I was in middle school, to make me accept this reaction they make me have today. And then immediately somebody comes and is like, oh, you with cheese and trash, you torture children, you burn genitals, whatever you're doing to my organs, I know you can torture the child, the same children you're forcing me to get sexual stimulation toward. And then try to gaslight you after making you experience these things. They are nasty low life. I rather shut up, I rather die in hell than live life doing what they do. And then act like this clown. It's like, no, we cheese that. Whatever you cheese, whatever things you've done to my organs, you will never make me identify with the manipulation you make me experience. You're living a life of a foul human trash. Try to make somebody accept manipulation that I can see a mile away that was about to happen. And then be like, now we mapped it. Now you are forcing me to have sexual stimulation toward children. You even start sexual stimulating me before I even saw these kids. And I was like, okay, there's something going to happen. That's why they stimulate me like that. And guess what? And that has nothing to do with whatever I'm watching comes up. And then you hear this trash, now we mapped some losers, pedophiles that they're here forcing people to get a reaction toward children. And try to be like, nah, what we're doing, we're seeing if it fits with something. No, it fits with what you guys can do to me. This low life bottom fears who've been forcing me to get sexual stimulation, and before that doing that to a kid, to me seeing the child of, not even the child, me seeing this actress when she was a toddler in this popular show, and because these people want to have logical acceptance of me seeing this thing as, okay, well, obviously they're not, I was going to say, let me just turn on the light here for a second. Because because they want you to start thinking this things they do to you in the logical ways. Now we map it to this and that. And so this looks stupid in them, right? Because I've seen a show with these kids, these published kids when they were twins. Remember the little toddler? None of this thing experienced. Today I'm experiencing that, of course, because they're forcing me to experience this. They can force these manipulations onto you. Then they use these clowns. So they sold to pedophiles. Today when I see a child, little girls, black little girls, whatever, little girls of any sort, any kids, I will get some reaction that they will then try to make you accept in whatever fashion. The little toddler, if it was not this actress, they would be like, oh, you see little girls and little toddlers. But because she's an actress and came from the show where we used to all watch, and I did not experience that, now, we're going to be quiet a little bit. Oh, but these little black girls are all black girls, not just you. Little black girls are all jack off and trash us. This is low life. And then, or to trust church, oh, you know what, now it's you. It was like, trash, you just a low life living life like this. I will never identify with this manipulation. Yes, it's you guys doing that to me, and it will always be you guys doing that to me. I will never identify with this manipulation. I will know that my brain is being manipulated to experience these things one way or another. If I get sexual stimulation in advance, it means at some point I'm going to see a child, and that's why you're forcing me to get sexual stimulation. And then when I get these experiences, you're going to do things to try to make me identify. You're going to tell me what you're doing to my body. You're going to tell me what's going to happen to me. You're going to do something. You're going to say something in the regard of me trying to be intimidated into accepting this pedophilia type of torture. This is the life of what low-life trash do. To try to make somebody identify with the manipulation they've been doing to so many others. I will never identify with any. This little black girls, this little white girls, whatever. If she's an actress or she's not an actress, I will never identify with this nastiness. It's disgusting. And as I'm saying that right now, they try to make me think, but now we mapped to remember you when you were a kid. And it's like, no, I never experienced this thing. And I'm not a freaking child. I'm a grown-ass man that can see these things naturally without getting any stimulation or reaction that you will force me to have today. But that's not the case. I'm no longer me. I'm being manipulated, and I will be tormented by trash like you who torture children, who burn children's genitals, who do these horrible things to people, and then try to intimidate you. Whatever is happening to my organs, I'd rather die in this way, in this horrible way, where there's holes in my stomachs, than live life forcing people to have sexual stimulation to children, then die how the fuck they're gonna die. Target individuals stay strong. See this slow life for what they are. And this trash get jack off. They've been stimulating me all through the night before I before I see these kids. And they're like, oh, do you want to jack? No, I don't. But you have been forcing me to have sexual stimulation, you fucking trash. Target individuals stay strong. See this low life for what they are. I will never, never identify with this manipulation. Never. In my brain, they tried to create these battles when they started doing these things to me, and me trying to deprogram me from what they're trying to program me to experience. Because the truth is, they really are trying to condition your brain. They really want to twist things like sex equates children. Children equate. That's why they forced me to have sexual thoughts about these women, and then at some point, there's going to be some babies. And I understand this is what they do now. And there's nothing I can do to deprogram what they're doing. I just don't identify with it. I connect them with what they do. That's it. These people are going to make me have this sexual stimulation toward these babies because that's what they do. That's it. Me, I am not this. I will never be this, but it'll always be my brain doing that to me. So when I experience that, I remember this trash are doing this. That's how I deal with this now. There's no deprogramming. There's no reconditioning me to be myself. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to connect them with what they do. When I see them talking to me, I know you are the low life involved in the program that forced me to have reaction toward children. And then try to gaslight me into accepting this manipulation. That's it. That alone, that's it. I see you, you're a piece of shit that will make me have sexual reaction toward these babies. There's no need to deprogram me no, you are doing this thing to me. You want to condition me to accept this and identify to this. I'm not. I never will identify with this. What I'm going to experience is what you can make me experience. You are forcing me to have this reaction, and this is how it's going to go because this EEG cloning, heterdoning, or whatever they call it, can take over the brain, rewire you, and make you experience whatever things that they want you to experience. And there's nothing I can do to change what you're going to make me experience. in my brain they try to bring up. I remember, because you know what I used to do initially. I was like, these people are trying to change my brain this way. Let me remind me who I am. So after that, I was like, no, they try to stimulate me toward children. Let me go watch adult content and see what really will stimulate me. That didn't work. If anything, it made it worse, because what they would do is like, what I'm watching this adult content, they'll put children in my head. It's like, no. Now it's simple. These people make me have this reaction. This is how they are trying to condition me. I know if I experience something, I am disconnecting myself from what I just experienced, because I know what I'm experiencing is what they manipulate me to experience. So when I see this trash making noise campaign and doing all this thing, I think making me experiencing this, is this trash trying to make me accept the manipulation they make me experience. And you hear this trash like, nah, Paige, shut the fuck up. You torture babies, you burn their genitals, you harm them, you suffocate them, and you do these horrible things. And I see you as that. Target individuals see these losers and these foul human beings for what they are. No matter how old they are, no matter what gender they are exactly aware of what they're supposed to do. For them, it's a game that they've been trying to make you accept. In my brain, they're bringing up the times when I was trying to recondition myself to be a normal again. And while I'm watching adult content, I could hear somebody, black girls, to try to make me think of black little girls while I'm watching adult content. When I, in my mind, thought, okay, what I'm going to do to stop this from going in my brain, let me just think about me and who I really am. Let me look at this adult content and focus on that. No. While you watch this, that's when they implant this stuff. And matter of fact, they will, to the point where they would even yell at the window. Outside of my window, I could hear them, black girls! To condition my brain to go there. And then this trash, like, there's something. Yes, there's something in my brain, manipulating my brain to experience these nasty things. I wonder what it is. Could it be EEG Heterdoning? Could it be EEG cloning? Could it be this V2K stuff? That could be rewiring the thought process. I wonder what could it be. Target individual, stay strong. And do not identify with any of these things. My tactics at this point is simple. For me, there's nothing I can do to not experience what they want me to experience. This is the truth. We cannot control what they can make us experience. Is what this technology can make us experience. There is nothing I can do, or I know I can do, to change how they can manipulate my brain, how they can rewire my thought process. I just endure it. Now, what I do is understanding that this manipulation is what they can make me experience. So I do not connect with this manipulation, but I connect this low life that makes the noise campaign, that tells me how they're gonna cheese, or they're cheesing my organs, or doing whatever they're doing, as the people involved in making me experience these things. No matter what gaslighting and acting, whatever trash they say to try to make me identify with these things, I will never identify with these nasty things, because I know me. And most importantly, it's obviously not me, and they're obviously trying to gaslight me into accepting this manipulation they've done to others. This trash that live a life where they are the one manipulating people, and then like, nah, that cheesy. Grown-ass men acting like a child to sound mysticful. I would die in hell.